What if the first 5 minutes of your morning held the power to shape the next 30 years of your life? Not with grand changes or expensive treatments, but through simple choices made before the sun is fully up. Imagine waking with ease, your joints moving freely, your mind clear, and your energy steady, not just for one day, but for decades to come. If you're over 65, or if someone you love is, this may be one of the most important videos you'll ever watch. Because the way your body wakes up each morning is not just routine, it's a message. And today we're going to explore how those quiet moments, what you drink, how you breathe, the way you move, can gently nudge your body towards strength, clarity, and lasting resilience. Let me share with you the simple yet powerful habits that helped a man named Ricardo rewrite the story of his aging. You don't need anything fancy, just a few minutes, a little consistency, and a willingness to try, so stay with me. What you're about to learn could be the beginning of a stronger, more vibrant chapter of your life. 1. Hydration. Reprogram your morning physiology. Before the sun has fully risen, and before you've even had time to adjust your pillows, your body has already begun sending a quiet but powerful signal. It's asking for water, and not just out of habit, but because while you were asleep, something remarkable and unnoticed happened. Your body steadily lost fluid, through your breath, through your skin, in ways you'd never notice unless you were told. On average, it's nearly half a liter. That's why so many people, especially those over 65, wake up with a dry mouth, a foggy mind, or a racing heartbeat. Your body is starting the day in a mild state of dehydration, and this has serious consequences. This lack of water thickens your blood. It forces your heart to work harder to circulate oxygen. And for older adults, this strain can be dangerous. Studies have shown that strokes and heart attacks occur more frequently in the first hours of the morning, precisely when your system is at its most vulnerable. But there's something you can do, something so simple, yet so overlooked. Drink water. Not after your coffee, not after breakfast, but first, before anything else. The ritual is gentle and powerful. Reach for a glass of room temperature water and add a splash of fresh lemon juice. Just a quarter of a lemon is enough. This is not just refreshing, it's restorative. Room temperature water flows easily through your body without shocking your system. Cold water can cause your blood vessels to constrict at the very moment your body needs them open and relaxed. Lukewarm water, on the other hand, encourages circulation and helps your organs wake up gently. And that lemon? It's more than a burst of flavor. It provides potassium, which your heart loves. It offers vitamin C, which your immune system needs. And it delivers natural electrolytes to reawaken your cells. Lemon also stimulates your liver to release enzymes that cleanse the body of toxins gathered overnight. It's like hitting a reset button from the inside out. But there's a hidden benefit many don't know about. Those citrus compounds in lemon juice, they quietly support collagen production. Yes, even in your 70s and beyond. And collagen isn't just about skin. It supports your joints, your bones, and the flexibility you need to move through life with comfort and grace. When you begin each morning with this quiet act of hydration, you're not just drinking water. You're telling your body that it matters. You're choosing life, circulation, and clarity. You're starting your day in a way that honors the years you've already lived and protects the ones still to come. Because water at that moment becomes more than just a beverage. It becomes medicine. Now here's where the magic compounds. After you hydrate, your body is primed but not yet fully awakened. That's why the next step is so important. Movement, but not the kind that tires you. The kind that invites life back into your muscles, your breath, your balance. And in the next section, we'll talk about exactly how to do that, gently, safely, and powerfully. But before we move on, if you're still here with me, thank you. It means you care about your body, your years, and your future. You're not just watching, you're showing up for yourself. And that matters. Drop a 1 in the comments if this resonates with you. I want to know who's ready to take their mornings seriously, who's willing to choose strength and vitality one small action at a time. Because even if you're over 65, that doesn't mean you're done growing stronger. Far from it. You're just getting started. 2. Circulation. Reset. Boost blood flow in 60 seconds. There's a quiet moment each morning, right after you swing your legs over the side of the bed. The world hasn't fully woken up yet, and neither has your body. But what you choose to do in those first 60 seconds could shape the entire rhythm of your day. After the gift of hydration, the next gift you can offer yourself is gentle movement. Not strenuous, not exhausting, just purposeful action that reawakens the flow of life within you. I call it your circulation reset. And once you try it, you'll never want to begin a day without it. After lying still for 7 or 8 hours, your blood tends to settle in the lower parts of your body. This is perfectly natural, but it also means that the very organs you need sharp and active in the morning, your heart and your brain, are starting the day at a disadvantage. This is why so many older adults experience that dizzy spell or brief wave of disorientation when they stand up. It's not just age, it's blood flow. And the good news is, it's something you can change. When you move your body gently right after waking, you help push blood back towards your heart and brain. You remind your vessels to expand. You signal to your nervous system that the day has begun. Dr. Mark, a respected voice in vascular health for seniors, often says that 1 minute of focused movement can boost oxygen delivery to the brain by as much as 40%. Just think about that. In the same time it takes to make your bed or check the weather, you could be sending fresh, energizing blood to every corner of your brain. So how do you begin? With presence and ease. There is no need for fancy equipment or complicated routines. You don't even have to leave your bedroom. The only requirement is a willingness to honor your body's quiet request to be woken up with care. Start by standing tall, feet shoulder width apart, grounding yourself like a tree with deep roots. Then slowly raise both arms toward the ceiling as you take in a long, full breath through your nose. Stretch gently. Let your rib cage expand. Then exhale softly through your mouth, lowering your arms as if releasing the tension of sleep. Next, roll your shoulders back 5 times. Smooth, deliberate circles. Feel the way your shoulder blades move, and notice how your upper body begins to loosen. Then reverse the motion and roll them forward 5 times. Each movement tells your body, I am here, I am awake, and I am ready. Now shift your focus to your legs. Gently lift your heels off the floor, rising onto the balls of your feet. Hold for a breath, then lower slowly. Repeat this 10 times. These heel raises are small, but they are mighty. They act like a pump, moving stagnant blood upward, warming your legs, strengthening your calves, and signaling to your circulation that the day has begun. With every lift, you're not just preparing to walk, you're telling your heart and your brain, we are ready for life today. And there's something even more powerful happening beneath the surface. These gentle movements are also activating your lymphatic system. Unlike your circulatory system, which has the heart as a natural pump, your lymphatic system depends entirely on movement. It's responsible for carrying away waste, toxins, and cellular debris that build up overnight. When you move your body in these first few minutes, you're not just boosting blood flow. You're inviting your body to cleanse, to refresh, and to defend itself. Many people don't realize this, but the lymphatic system plays a crucial role in immunity. Without movement, it stagnates. But with just a few stretches and lifts, you awaken it. And in doing so, you quietly strengthen your body's resilience against illness, fatigue, and inflammation. That's the beauty of this practice. It isn't loud or demanding. It doesn't require you to break a sweat, but it sets the tone for your entire day. You'll feel your mind clear. That morning fog will lift. Your balance will feel steadier. And the best part is, it only takes 1 minute. 1 minute to move. 1 minute to wake up every part of you. 1 minute that says, I care enough to begin this day with strength and intention. So tomorrow morning, after your first glass of water, give your body this gift. 60 seconds of gentle, nourishing movement. You may not notice the full impact right away, but over time, your body will. Your circulation will improve. Your mind will feel sharper. Your days will start with energy instead of exhaustion. And perhaps most importantly, you'll begin each morning not with rush or resistance, but with respect. The kind of respect your body has earned after all these years. 3. Protein timing. Preserve muscle and strength. Once you've nourished your body with water and gently awakened your circulation, something special happens. Your system becomes primed. Your cells are alert, your metabolism is stirring, and your body is ready to receive the fuel that will carry you through the day. But this is where many older adults unknowingly take a wrong turn. They skip breakfast, or they eat too late, or worse, they reach for something sugary instead of something substantial. And what happens next is quiet but serious. The body begins to feed on itself. It's a process called catabolism. And while that may sound scientific, the impact is deeply personal. It means that your body, instead of drawing energy from food, begins breaking down muscle tissue to meet its morning energy needs. This breakdown is especially rapid in the first few hours after waking, particularly in adults over 65. Even if you eat well later in the day, the damage may have already begun before you've had your first bite. That's why the third pillar of your morning longevity ritual is something I call protein timing. And it is exactly what it sounds like. Not just eating protein, but eating it early when your body is most in need. According to Dr. Mark, a specialist in geriatric nutrition, older adults who consume 25 to 30 grams of protein within 30 minutes of waking retain significantly more muscle over time. In fact, long-term studies from the National Institute on Aging show that this simple practice can reduce age-related muscle loss by up to 64% over 5 years. That is not a small number. That is the difference between walking strong at 85 or struggling at 75. So what should your first meal look like? The good news is it doesn't have to be complicated. A scoop of high-quality whey protein blended with water or almond milk. A plate of egg whites with 1 whole egg for healthy fats. A bowl of Greek yogurt stirred with protein powder. If you're plant-based, try soft tofu or a clean blend of pea and rice protein. Cottage cheese is another quiet hero in this space. The point is not perfection. The point is consistency. Your muscles are not looking for gourmet. They're looking for nourishment. What matters most is the timing. When you eat your protein early, you send a powerful signal to your body. You tell it, I will fuel you. You don't need to break yourself down. You preserve your strength instead of losing it bit by bit. And the benefits ripple outward. You gain more than just muscle. You support stronger bones. You give your immune system the building blocks it needs. You stabilize your energy, avoid crashes, and sharpen your focus. There's also something subtle but life-changing that happens when protein becomes part of your morning rhythm. Your appetite becomes more balanced. You don't find yourself craving sugar by mid-morning. You don't feel that afternoon dip in willpower that leads to overeating at lunch or dinner. Early protein helps manage blood sugar levels and keeps your metabolism steady, especially important if you're navigating challenges like insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes. Too often I've heard older adults say, I eat well, but I still feel weak. And what I've come to learn is this: it's not always about how much you eat. Sometimes it's about when. If you start your day with a sugary pastry or wait until noon to eat your first real meal, your body misses the window when it needed support the most. But when you change the order, everything begins to shift. You feel more capable, more steady on your feet, more like the version of yourself you remember from years ago. So now, with your lemon water in your system, your blood flowing freely, and your muscles gently awakened, you stand at a powerful moment. One where you can either slip into the same old routine or rise into something better. A small bowl of protein-rich food might not seem like much, but over weeks and months, it becomes your silent ally. It helps you lift grocery bags, walk upstairs, or simply stand taller in front of the mirror. This morning habit is more than nutrition. It's protection, it's preparation, it's the beginning of strength, right from the start of your day. And if you're ready, there's even more to come. Because next, we'll explore something that often gets overlooked until it becomes a problem. But when you pay attention to it early, it can keep you steady, safe, and independent for decades to come. 4. 90-second mobility sequence. Protect joints and balance. There's something no one tells you about aging. It's not the gray hairs or the wrinkles that make you feel old. It's that quiet moment when you bend down and realize your knees don't respond the way they used to. When you reach for something behind you and feel that stubborn stiffness in your spine. But here's the truth, and it's more hopeful than you might think. Much of what we call aging isn't inevitable. It's often the result of one thing we forget to do every morning. And that's why this fourth step may be the one that changes everything for you. After a full night of stillness, your body isn't quite ready to jump into action. Your joints, muscles, and connective tissue have all been resting too. And while sleep restores energy, it also thickens the protective fluid inside your joints. That fluid is called synovial fluid. And when you first wake up, it's like cold honey. If you begin moving too fast without warming up, your joints grind rather than glide. This causes friction, and over time, friction becomes pain. It becomes stiffness, and eventually it can become injury or even permanent damage. That's where your 90-second mobility ritual comes in, and it's simpler than you think. You don't need equipment. You don't need space. All you need is a few quiet moments and the willingness to care for the parts of you that have carried so much for so long. Start while you're still sitting on the edge of your bed. Gently rotate your ankles 10 times in one direction, then 10 times the other way. Slowly, without force. This activates blood flow through your lower limbs and wakes up your foundation. Then move your knees. Make small, gentle circles 10 times each way. Feel the motion, don't rush it. Let your body remember how it loves to move when treated kindly. Next, rise carefully and hold on to something sturdy nearby. A bedpost, a chair, even the wall. Shift your upper body from side to side, 5 times each way. Let the motion stretch your ribs and waist. Then gently twist your torso left and right. Not fast, not forcefully, just enough to let your spine know the day has begun. Finally, roll your shoulders backward in wide, relaxed circles. 10 full rolls. Let each breath deepen as you do. This one small action loosens tension from sleep and invites calm into your nervous system. It's more than physical, it's emotional, because in these moments you are choosing connection to your body, your breath, and your inner balance. These movements, taken together, help you avoid one of the most heartbreaking risks of older age: falls. Every year, thousands of older adults lose their independence, not because of illness, but because of a fall that could have been prevented. A hip fracture, a torn ligament, a twisted spine. Often it all begins with stiffness that was ignored. But now you know better. Orthopedic experts from places like the Mayo Clinic have confirmed that taking just a minute or two each morning to lubricate your joints can dramatically reduce long-term wear and tear. And that matters, because when you protect your joints, you're not just preserving movement, you're protecting your independence, your ability to care for yourself, your freedom to live on your own terms. And here's a gift most people never talk about. When you move your body gently in the morning, you also move your mood. These simple stretches release endorphins, those quiet, powerful chemicals that lift your spirits and bring a sense of lightness. Especially if you've been living alone, managing grief, or carrying silent worries. This short ritual can act like a light switch, a way to shift from heaviness to hope. It's also a bridge between night and day, between stillness and activity, between passivity and intention. This is your moment to say, before the phone rings, before the demands begin, that you are here, that you are present, that you are choosing to honor the body you have just as it is. So by this point in your morning, something incredible has already happened. You've nourished your system with water, you've awakened your circulation, you've fueled your muscles with the right nutrition, and now you've gently tuned the instrument that is your body. You've prepared your joints to move with less pain and more purpose. But we are not finished. Because even with the body moving and the muscles ready, there's one more element that often determines how your day unfolds. And it's hidden in a place we sometimes overlook: your mind. Because if your thoughts are foggy, if your memory is scattered, or if your spirit feels disconnected, even the healthiest body won't feel like home. In the final part of this journey, we'll talk about the simple act that can sharpen your thinking, lift your focus, and help you feel fully awake, not just physically, but emotionally too. 5. Mental clarity exercise. Sharpen your brain. And now we've arrived at the final piece of your morning foundation. You've nourished your body with water, stirred your blood with gentle movement, strengthened your muscles with early protein, and protected your joints with intentional mobility. But there is one last place that holds the key to not just a longer life, but a richer one. That place is your mind. You see, many people believe that after 65, mental decline is simply part of the story, that names will be forgotten, conversations will blur, and thoughts will slow like autumn leaves drifting to the ground. But what if that wasn't true? What if your brain, like your body, simply needs the right kind of care to stay sharp, responsive, and deeply alive? Science is showing us just that. Research from Stanford's Center for Brain Longevity has uncovered a fascinating truth. The first 30 minutes after you wake up are a rare and powerful window. A window where your brain is more open to stimulation, more responsive to positive habits, and more capable of building strength that lasts. And all it takes to harness that window is one quiet, beautiful act of reflection. It's called reverse memory recall. And while it might sound like something from a neuroscience textbook, the practice is as simple as closing your eyes and taking a mental walk through yesterday. But instead of starting from morning and moving forward, you go backward. You begin with your evening. What did you eat for dinner? Who did you speak with? What were you wearing, hearing, or feeling? Then move into your afternoon. Where were you? What did you do? What thoughts passed through your mind? And finally, walk all the way back into the morning, revisiting even the small details, the smell of your coffee, the shirt your neighbor wore, the way sunlight came through the kitchen window. This mental practice does something extraordinary inside your brain. It triggers the release of a special protein called BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of it as nourishment for your mind. BDNF helps your brain form new connections, repair older ones, and even grow new neurons. It's like fertilizer for your memory, your creativity, your clarity. And the best part is, you don't need to solve puzzles or memorize long poems to activate it. Just 1 minute a day of focused, quiet recall. No pressure, no perfection, just presence. Over time, this small practice builds something scientists call cognitive reserve. That's your brain's hidden ability to reroute, to adapt, and to remain strong even when challenged. People who do this kind of recall consistently into their 70s and 80s often score as mentally sharp as individuals decades younger. It's not magic, it's intention. And when paired with hydration, movement, and nourishment, the effects multiply. You may find that your thoughts are clearer by midday, that your attention holds longer, that your emotions feel lighter. Even your mood, often so tied to foggy thinking or forgetfulness, can begin to brighten. Because once your brain is given oxygen through movement, hydration through water, and fuel through protein, it is finally ready to engage with deeper thought. And that's when memory work doesn't just work, it thrives. So try this tomorrow. After your mobility sequence, find a quiet place to sit, close your eyes, and just begin to remember. Let your mind wander gently backward through time. You might be surprised at how much you notice, at how many small moments return, and as they do, you're doing something profound. You're building a bridge between your past and your present, between who you were yesterday and who you are becoming today. This is more than a brain exercise. It's an act of honoring your story, of holding on to your days, not as forgotten time, but as living memory. And if you do it consistently, you may just find that you're not only remembering better, you're living more fully. So now I ask you, of all the 5 habits we've explored together this morning, which one speaks to you the most? Which one are you most excited to begin? Let me know in the comments. And if you've already tried any of these practices, I would love to hear how they've shaped your mornings, your energy, or your sense of self. Because 5 minutes each morning isn't just a habit, it's a declaration, a way of saying, I still matter. My time still holds power, my body and mind are worth showing up for, and one day at a time, those 5 minutes can become the foundation of 30 more years, filled not just with life, but with clarity, strength, and meaning. And now, my friend, we've reached the quiet heart of today's journey. Just 5 minutes. 5 gentle, intentional steps. That's all it takes to begin building a life that feels stronger, clearer, and more independent, even into your 70s, 80s, or beyond. We've touched on each one together. Morning hydration, gentle circulation, early nourishment, mindful mobility, and mental clarity. Alone, they may seem small, but when practiced with consistency, they create a morning rhythm that has the power to reshape how you age and how deeply you feel alive. It might sound too simple, but often it's the little things we overlook that quietly make the biggest difference. While many grow older and drift into fragility, a few choose differently. They stay present, they stay active, they stay free. And the one thing they almost always share? Habits. Not luck, not genetics, just small daily choices repeated with care. So here's your gentle challenge. When you wake up tomorrow, begin with just one of these steps. Not all 5, just one. Let it be your way of saying, I'm still here and I still matter. If this message touched something in you, leave a comment below with the words, Morning Start. I'd love to know where your journey begins. And if you want more guidance like this, feel free to tap subscribe. You'll be reminded each week that your health and vitality are still worth choosing. And before you go, share this with someone you care about. Because sometimes the most powerful gift we can offer is not advice, but a new beginning.